Yeah, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl.
Hi gorgeous, welcome to High Vibe Honey. I'm your host Gala Darling, and today we are going to be talking about how to feel good every single day. And who better to tell you how to feel good every single day than a girl wearing a Pepto-Bismol colored outfit? Clearly, I know how to feel good. This is my shit. This is my wheelhouse. This is my specialty. And I know that this is something you want if you ended up here. Maybe you were searching around YouTube and you found this, or maybe you watch High Vibe Honey every week. If so, hi, I love you. But feeling good is what everybody wants. It's what motivates everybody in their lives. We do things, we acquire things, we work on things, we set goals because we think that we'll feel good when we get them. That is what keeps humans alive, really, is this desire to feel good. And it's what keeps us growing and evolving and changing, and it's a beautiful thing. But I'm about to tell you something that might piss you off. But once you're over being pissed off about it, it will set you free. And here's what I want to say. Many of us are laboring under the delusion that we cannot feel good unless something else happens. We put our happiness on the government, our lover, our friends, our bank balance, what we see when we look in the mirror. We are attaching all of these conditions to us feeling good. We think, I'll feel good when I earn $1 million. I'll feel good when I get 1 million Instagram followers. I'll feel good when he asks me to be his girlfriend. I'll feel good when I have a baby. I'll feel good when the political system changes. And some of those things may give you a degree of satisfaction. But the thing is that a lot of us live our lives like this, always waiting for something to be different in order for us to be happy. And the problem with doing that is that it puts the power outside of you all the time. The truth is that you may think that someone asking you to be their girlfriend will make you feel good. But what if they never ask you? Does that mean you're going to put your feeling good on ice until this mythological thing happens or doesn't happen? Just as you're listening to this, I know that you know that that is not a realistic, healthy, good, or satisfying way to live your life. So today I want to talk to you about how you can feel good every single day, no matter what's going on around you, so that we stop making excuses for us feeling shitty. Sometimes we walk around like, oh, well, I can't really feel good because this is happening or this hasn't happened. We get locked into this spiral of complaining and wallowing and feeling bad about ourselves and making it everybody else's problem, making our happiness everybody else's responsibility. The truth is that your happiness is your responsibility. Nobody can make you happy except for you. And yes, sometimes people will do things that please you or make you smile or bring light or levity or novelty to your life. But generally, it's you that chooses your mood. It's you that decides how you're going to feel today. There are so many people who wake up in the morning and they feel okay, and then they're in traffic and they're a little bit late, or someone cuts them off on the way to work. And they carry that with them all day long. They let this stranger, this person they've never met, who probably doesn't even know they exist, they've let that person impact how they feel all day long. And that affects how well they work, how they treat their friends, how they come home to their family, the kind of creativity that they're capable of reaching on a daily basis. They're letting these things that are totally outside of them affect how they feel. And yes, there are things that happen in the world that are going to affect your mood. They're going to put you in a bit of a nosedive, or they're going to piss you off. But you have a choice as to how long you allow that to make you feel shitty. You don't have to let it ruin your day, your week, your month, your year. You just don't have to. Abraham Lincoln had a famous saying, which was, most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And I want you to know that you are infinitely more powerful than what other people do to you or around you. They may be doing things that you think are horrifying. They may be doing things that are just mildly annoying. They may just be people who just rub you the wrong way and you can't put your finger on it, but you just don't want to be around them. And that's totally fair and that's totally fine. But don't let these people, these things, these events affect how you feel in your life, because it's your life. They don't give a shit whether they're bothering you or not. It's not like they are like feeling bad that you feel bad because of something that they did. They probably don't even know. So what I really want to encourage you to do today is to start taking that power back and recognizing that your joy is a superpower. It's something that you control. All of the feelings that you have, all of the emotions that are swirling around, all of the ways that you take those emotions and then let them lead you on in your life to new people, new interactions, new ideas, new ways of being. It's totally your responsibility. Your joy is a superpower and you have access to it right now. Not when you lose 10 pounds, not when you get pregnant, not when you get a rock on your finger, not when you get a promotion, not when you break through 6 or 7 figures in your business. Your joy is available to you right now. There are literally no conditions. There's no reason why you can't feel good right now. I know as I'm saying that to you, you're listing but this didn't happen and this person didn't text me and this and that and blah, 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 and like this, blah, blah, blah. I understand, but those are all excuses. They're just excuses. And you have access to feeling good right now. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. I want you to make the decision that you are going to feel good right now, that you're going to do what it takes right now. Because the other thing about your joy as a superpower is that how you feel and your happiness is a gift. It's a gift to the world. When you feel good, when you dress up and you go out in the world and you're fucking sassy and you're strutting down the street and you feel amazing, you're flowing all of those feelings of appreciation. Everybody can feel it. The cashier at the drugstore can feel it. The person who's driving your Uber can feel it. The people that you interact with can feel it because you have this good vibe going and you know that you can feel that. If you walk into a room with a bunch of strangers and someone is like sulking in a corner and someone else is feeling good and they're radiating and they're walking around and they're making other people feel welcome, don't you want to be around that person? Don't you want to get to know them? Don't you want to understand them and learn more about them and be in their presence? Because it feels good to be around them. So your joy is not just a superpower. It is the greatest gift you can give others. So it's so important that we realize that when we feel good, we're helping everyone else. We really are. And when we're living in that place of true power where we accept responsibility for how we feel and we own it and we walk out into the world like that, we let everybody else know that it is an option for them too. I want you to recognize that all of the good feelings that you feel are generated by you. There may be something that happens that triggers you to feel good, something that allows you to experience more appreciation or more gratitude, but your feelings come from you. You create them all on your own. And so it's time that we start making a practice of ramping this up. A lot of us are in a habit or a pattern of feeling bad about things all the time. We're in a habit of thinking about the worst case scenario and allowing that to carry us down this fucking river of shit that doesn't take us anywhere good. And like the raft is leaking and we're like, oh my God. I want you to go in the other direction with your thoughts. I want you to flow positive thoughts on a regular basis. It's so important that we do this. And I'm about to tell you how to do it. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you how I learned this, how I figured this out. I was in a really shitty relationship, maybe, I don't even know, 2 years ago, 3 years, it feels like a million years ago, but I was in this relationship that was really painful and we were not an energetic match and it just wasn't working. And I was always waiting for him to do or say something that would make me feel good about myself. I was waiting for him to validate me. I was waiting for him to reassure me. I was waiting for him to behave in a way that I liked so that I could finally feel good about myself, about the relationship, about him. And it just wasn't working because he had his own thing and it wasn't his job to please me, and he really wasn't even interested in auditioning for the role of pleasing me. So I was really in pain a lot of the time. And I realized that I had to make myself feel good because he sure as fuck was not going to do it. So I decided that every time I felt shitty, every time I had an anxious thought, every time I was worried, every time I didn't feel good enough about myself, I was going to do something that made me feel good. Now, what I learned from this is that you can't really think your way into a better feeling state. You have to move your way there. You have to act your way there. So when this happened, I would put on my favorite songs really loudly and I would dance around. I would sing. I would get on the phone with a friend and I would crack jokes with them. I would watch stand-up comedy. I would jump in place or anything I could do to use my physical body to make myself feel good. And as I did that, I noticed that my feeling bad didn't last as long. It was like as soon as I started moving my body, that bad feeling, those ugly moods, that dread or worry it was almost like a dog shakes itself off after a bath, right? It shakes itself off and all the water goes literally all over your bathroom. And that's what it's like when you shake off a shitty mood and you decide to feel good. You're using your body to shake off all that shit. This is me shaking it off. And so that you can feel really good again. And it works really quickly. And as you do this, your vibration rises and you start to feel better and better. And you start to attract people who are really inspired by this, who are brought alive by seeing that. And you start to kind of like naturally repel people who are just not about that shit. So it probably won't surprise you that within about 3 months, 4 months after me doing this and making it a daily practice, my relationship fell apart. And even though I was in pain about it, even though I was sad about it, it was one of the greatest blessings of my life. And from there, I've moved on and upwards, and things are so different for me now. Because now feeling good is my baseline, and I believe that feeling good is my job. I live in that place every single day. And I simply don't attract people who are not on board with that. The men that I go out with, the friends that I have, the work that I do is all a beautiful and perfect reflection of how I'm feeling about myself. And there is literally nothing more rewarding than taking that ownership and realizing that it's all my doing. And that if I don't feel good, I can do something to make myself feel good in an instant. It's so quick. And the more that you do this, the less tolerance you'll have for feeling bad as well. You'll see yourself doing it and you'll notice it and you'll be like, hey, I already know that this doesn't work and I know that I could feel good this quickly. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And so you do something to make yourself feel good. Stand-up comedy, dance, sing, jumping jacks on your floor, whatever you wanna do. Anything that you do with your body is gonna make you feel different. So I really believe that this is honestly the secret to happiness, is taking responsibility for how you feel and then doing something to get you into that place. And sometimes we feel lazy, or sometimes we almost want to wallow in the bad feelings because they're familiar to us. But I promise that the more that you practice this technique, the less interested you'll be in feeling shitty and the better and better your life will become. Sometimes we think that if something's not going well in our lives, we need to stay locked into the problem so that we can solve it. But the truth is that you can never solve problems when you feel shitty. You can't solve problems when you feel bad. You have to move yourself into a different state so that you have more perspective, so that you have optimism, and so you can see the options available to you. If you are in a depressive state, you are not going to be able to see solutions. You need to do something physically with your body so that you can get into a different state and see the possibilities. And some people think that this feeling good stuff is just some like Pollyanna, rose-colored glasses, impractical, illogical bullshit. They say, but look at the world and like look how many problems there are and look how fucked up it is. And those things may be true. But this practice, the practice of feeling good, the practice of noticing when your mood is off and doing something about it, is true mental toughness. It's true resilience. It is mindset magic. And this is what the toughest people, the most resilient people, have the ability to do. They have the ability to look at what they're doing and stop themselves and do something that works. Why would you want to keep doing something that's not fucking working for you? The time for that is over. You are a grown adult and so am I, and I am not interested in feeling shitty. I am not interested in wallowing. I am not interested in a pity party, and I know you're not either. It is so boring, and in my opinion, being boring is the ultimate crime. The ultimate crime! What could be worse than being fucking boring? So, I invite you to join me in making feeling good your job and just using these practices. I know it sounds so simple. Oh, so you're telling me like if I feel shitty, I just need to move my body? Yes! 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 That's what I'm telling you. It is so easy, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. You know, it's like we have all these ideas that if we want to change our lives, we have to undergo this complex system, these difficult steps and blah, 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 and it's going to be really hard. It's not. The best ideas are really simple. It doesn't necessarily mean they're always easy to execute because it really does take toughness and resilience to not wallow because we're used to doing it. It's our comfort zone to wallow. It's our comfort zone to complain. It's our comfort zone to feel like shit because you've been doing it for so long. But doing this, changing your mind, using your body to feel good is simple. And it's really a simple change that you can make. And all you have to do is commit to making the change. So when you do this and you notice that you are spiraling, instead of wallowing, you will move your body and you will be able to move forward in your life. And as you do this, you'll realize that you are in control of your life. It is yours. It is a beautiful platter, a smorgasbord, a buffet of delights and treats and wonderful things. And you get to pick what you want from each little thing. You're completely in control of your life. And as you learn this and as you practice feeling good, your vibration rises. It cannot help but to rise. And you attract better people, better experiences, better thoughts. You will feel so good. I honestly feel that feeling good is the best beauty treatment on the planet. I mean, that and like 3 orgasms a night, but that's a different story. That is the ultimate beauty treatment, is choosing to feel good every day and making it a practice. Making it like the baseline of your spiritual practice is that if you don't feel good, you do something to make yourself feel good, period, the end. Cut and print that shit. Seriously, it's that simple. So hopefully now I've convinced you that feeling good is your job, and that if you make it your job, if you make it something that you dedicate yourself to on a daily basis, and trust me, it will require a daily commitment, then I want to teach you this tapping routine that's going to help you just move into that and adopt that as a belief system that you have, as something that you're willing to do every day, and something that's just going to help you take control back of your life. Because isn't that what it's all about? There's always a million people telling us what we should do or shouldn't do or how we should be or what we should look like. And I want you to feel that sense of control for yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else fucking thinks about who you are, how you live your life, what you do with your free time. It's literally nobody's business. So this tapping is really just about taking control back of your own life, feeling really good, and making it a practice. So we're just gonna hit these points, repeat after me. I hope that you are well hydrated, and if you are not, once we have done this tapping, I would like for you to guzzle a bottle of water, if not more, because it's really important to drink water while we're tapping so we can feel like basically we're flushing energy through. It's like getting a massage. So you wanna make sure that you're well hydrated when you do it. So let's tap on the fact that feeling good is your job. Here we go. Even though there have been times where I doubted it, I am in control of how I feel. I control whether I feel good, and I control whether I feel shitty. And even though there are things going on around me, the truth is that I still get to choose. I choose to let people affect me, or I choose to ignore them. I choose to look on the bright side, or I choose to dwell and wallow. But today I realize, in my infinite wisdom, that I can feel good all the time. That I can feel good whenever I want. And that if I made feeling good my job, I would start to feel amazing. My vibration would rise. And I would be unstoppable. Imagine how powerful I'd be if I didn't let people bother me. If I didn't take their behavior personally. And instead I decided that I can feel good right now, no matter what's going on around me. Imagine how good I'd feel if I owned the fact that joy is a superpower and that I have access to it right now. And imagine if I began to believe that feeling good is the most selfless thing I could do. That my joy is a gift to the world. And that it uplifts everyone I come in contact with. There have been times in my life where I have not felt good. Where I have wallowed. And where I have let situations get the best of me. I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself for all of those times. Maybe I just didn't know any better. Maybe I was just overwhelmed. Or maybe I didn't have the tools. But now I know that feeling good is my birthright. And it's something I have access to all the time. So today I am dedicating myself to feeling good. I know that no matter what happens, I can still choose to feel good. I can still choose to be happy. I can move my body and dance and sing and jump up and down and completely transform how I feel. And I may not know it right now, but that's going to change my life. Okay, take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and let it go. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that you're feeling really good and you feel empowered to make feeling good the cornerstone of your life. I promise you that it changes everything. It's the biggest change I've made in my life over the last few years, and literally my life just gets exponentially better every day. Things happen that I could never have even imagined. They are so good. And the reason that happens is because I'm in a good place and I'm attracting these good things, and it's like this positive momentum just keeps growing and growing. So your homework as part of the official High Vibe Honey click is to comment below and tell us about a situation where typically you have not felt good. A situation that has typically been challenging for you, has been hard, has been your excuse to go down that spiral. And instead, I want you to give us 3 reasons why it's easy to feel good about that situation. So I want you to think about that. What are the blessings in that situation? How can you feel good about it? What is the silver lining in this situation? Leave a comment about that below, and then like as many other people's comments as possible, because it just makes people feel so good. And if you want to make feeling good the center of your life, then you should want to make feeling good the center of everyone else's life too. So let's help each other out. Let's lift each other up. Like those comments, leave them below. I love reading them. I read all your comments. They're beautiful, and I'm really moved and touched by the community that we build here. You're all such beautiful, special people, and I can't wait to see you all in person at Vortex Fest in a couple of weeks. Oh my God. So that was High Vibe Honey this week, all about how to feel good no matter what. And I will see you back here next week. I love you. Stay safe and have fun.